Hello and welcome to Everyone Has a Podcast. I'm Blitz Ace and this is Matsuo Man. Sorry, no. Jenko the Red. No, sorry. No,
Can't believe
wait.
you
Big
talked to me
Daddy.
like
No,
that.
wait. Sorry. Jenko. This is
There we go.
Jenko.
I went through a lot of email addresses back in the day.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day because Matsuo Man, you actually designed a character for Matsuo Man.
Yeah, but they were all like our superheroes things that we did. We had
I
like
know.
little alternate universe superhero characters and
I've
stuff.
I think I've still got my Xbox account as like RSB, really strong boy.
That was yours, yeah, really
It
strong
was
boy.
because originally I was a sidekick. And then I changed it to Blitz Ace when I became a fully fledged hero.
That's right. This is a comic story we never did, by the way.
Well, I mean, we
It's
had
not
lots
just
of
like,
different
what if we were
ideas for it.
superheroes?
Yeah, because didn't we sort of like think of like doing like a superhero academy, and it was like because we were playing like Champions Online or something like that at the time.
Yeah, this was like way before My Hero Academia came out. So
Oh yeah, we should probably
just
point
like
that out.
by like 2 decades. So
Yeah,
before anyone comes out with that shit, we did it first. We just never made it into a manga.
I prefer Vigilante over My Hero. Same,
I'm not.
obviously manga artist. But Vigilante, which is gonna be made into an anime, which is only gonna be a short one, so it's right up your street.
Well, now you say that, but in the last 2 days, whilst at work, I didn't watch. I listened to because I'm a driver. I listened to an almost 9 hour long video about a fictional, historical, futuristic war campaign. Yeah.
Warhammer.
So, yeah. It was a 9 hour long video. It was 8 hour, 47-minute long
Oh my
video
god.
about the Sabbath Worlds Crusade. And it was like 9 hours long. And I was like, I'm just gonna listen to this as I drive along.
That is
Pretty interesting, actually. The guy actually made it like so you didn't just like.
it's 9 hours that's a long commitment.
Yeah, I know. Over 2 days at work.
Oh my god. No, to be
Yeah.
fair, actually, because I started listening to some like audiobooks and they're about the same sort of thing. And that's on
Mm.
like different Warhammer books. They're about but as long as you get the right person's, talking, it's not so bad. And
What
exactly
audiobooks have you been listening to?
Caiaphas, Caiaphas
Oh,
King.
you listen to the audio ones then?
Yeah, so I've started like
Ah.
because I haven't been able to read it as much, but I thought right, I'm actually interested in the story, so I thought, oh, so I found somewhere to like listen to it.
I'll tell you where. Just send me a message.
um, and yeah, so I'll have to sort of like see if I can see if I can listen to a little bit more. But yeah, it's quite good. But I quite like the audiobooks. It's really good.
I'm listening to the audiobooks for the Horus Heresy, and I'm a book 30 something out of 64. So, and they're about 20 hours long each. So, yeah. But it is good to listen to stuff as you're driving around as well. Like,
I've got my 2 packs to open up.
Oh, we're doing Pokemon
Yeah,
packs as well.
well, so like, I need to open because I forgot to open mine this morning. So I've actually got both of them.
Hardcore pornography.
Okay. Isn't that still Pokemon?
Josh. Look, Jesse and Ash's mum should be together. I'm just saying it right now. Some people out there will agree.
Oh my god!
Some people will be there agree. You know.
I saw a meme about this as well. Like Ash brings Jesse home, and then then they start like a relationship, and it's like, what the hell is this? But an interesting story nonetheless.
So
wait, yeah. So how do you sort of find like a good pack to open?
The trick is right. So you turn the pack sideways.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit thicker if it's like got hollows in it or like full arts, and you can judge it by the packs in the background.
Oh, so if it like fits between them, it's a thin pack.
Yeah, and if it just fits between them, apparently it's a thicker one. So I've got 2 packs to open. This is the one that's a bit thicker. So I will open this. I'll turn the brightness down on my phone.
I was going to say I couldn't see jack. Shit.
Is that better? Hang on.
I can see more of your phone now. Yeah.
So no,
that's not going to work now.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
No,
I'm still going to do it though. Still going to do it.
So Yeah, because I mean, normally I just like look for anything. I just randomly scroll and sort of see what I can find. I'm not noticed any of that are thicker. They're all about the same
No,
size.
you look at it, and you think, well, that one looks a little bit thicker, but then even then, it's just your intuition. You're like, is it a little bit thicker? So I just did it on that, and I got a shiny Regirock
Nice. I mean,
or a hollow Regirock.
I've just picked up. I do not know what that is. It's a Mesprint.
Mesperit.
There you go. Mesprit. Yeah.
Mesperit.
I thought they were just trying to, just do it wrong, but spell misprint.
That probably would be because like Poltegeist is just a teapot.
Oh my god.
And then there's the chandelier, which is just a chandelier.
I honestly feel like it.
So I've just done it now, and already there is a shiny at the back. Again, you can't see it super well. But there's
Ooh.
a shiny at the back because the pack is a little bit thicker.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna really sort of pay attention to this now. Right.
Ooh, I've got a Spiritomb full art.
Oh, nice. Right. So
it just fits between the two packets. It does.
Well, that's what like all of these do. They all just
Yeah,
fit
but if you
between.
look, some are thinner than the others. Like if you look, you'll start to see
thin.
Yeah.
That one's thin. That one's thin. Fuck. I tell you what, I feel this is an insult of me because I'm not fucking thin.
I mean,
this is thin, motherfucker.
It was like the last one for me the first time, but then like yeah.
How do you know when you've got to the last one and you haven't gone in a full circle? Do you just turn one backwards?
Yeah, I turned one backwards. Yeah.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Just leveled up as well. Sick.
Have you done the event stuff? Oh, that looks a little bit thicker, but I feel like that's just my eyesight.
Do it. Go on, do it. Do it.
I feel like that's just my eyesight just playing tricks on me. All right, hang on.
You coward.
Okay. All right, fine. Fuck it. Oh, Jesus. Right. I've opened one up. No, there's no shiny.
No. Okay.
In fact, they're all ones that I've already had.
I will say this on the Wonder Pick: if it's on the bottom right, the card you want, it tends to go bottom left or top right. I've noticed on mine.
So what I've been doing is wherever the Wonder Pick is that I want, I pick exactly that one, and like 7 times out of 10, it usually is what I want, which is quite handy. Sometimes
it's always the bottom left, top right for me if it's in the bottom right corner. Usually, not always, but it's usually one of those two, and it's usually the one that I don't pick that it is.
I feel like a crazy person that's been looking way too long into the different theories of like, if you just follow it like 2 steps sideways, you use one as a practice desk, and then you just work out where they all go, and then you can map it all out.
You see, well, the reason I found out that the thicker pack it works is because people were on TikTok and they had connected the app. They connected their phone to their big flat screen TV and they had a tape measure and they were measuring packs.
Oh my god!
Everyone that was a bit wider did have a full art in it.
Wow.
Okay. So it did work, and they did it like 5 times.
So is it not worth doing like the open the you know when you can open like 10 packs?
Oh, I could do it now, but my son likes to watch when I do that. So
have you got a 10 packer? Have you?
I've just leveled up to 26. That gave me just enough of the timers. So on today's topics.
So in the Wonder Pick, the one I want was on the top right. So where would that go?
Top right, I don't know. Bottom left, top left.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the top right because I'm just gonna sort of see if it sort of works out where I want it to. Yeah, I got what I wanted.
Quality content.
I know, right? And it's all available on both YouTube and Spotify.
There you go.
Apps
free in the Google Store. Might be free in the Apple Store. I don't know. I'm not a dickhead.
I mean, don't diss Apple too much, but I mean, you are right.
Why should I diss Apple? We're too small of an audience for them to give a shit about.
Yeah, we're probably just small enough for them to sue us just because they can.
Well, why would they sue us though? We haven't got any money.
They don't care. It's the principle behind it. They're not going to take on someone they can't take down.
I don't know about that. They're still fighting with Epic Games, I think.
Are they? Why?
Yeah, because something about it wouldn't allow Fortnite on the App Store. The Epic Games were like, "Fuck you." Apparently, allegedly, that's the word.
Allegedly.
I don't know if that's the full story behind it, but yeah, allegedly that was the reason.
Oh dear. So, I think obviously I sent you a message earlier on today,
Oh,
and
you did, didn't you?
yeah, I was gonna. There were two decisions I was trying to make with obviously the podcast tonight. We've got the usual stuff that we sort of sometimes talk about, and obviously we try and get on top of as much as we can. Mixture of like comics, games, and all the rest of it. However, recently, when you just feel a little bit overwhelmed by just general just crap being thrown at you.
I
So
mean, I'm autistic, so yes.
uh so like it's quite interesting because we got married the same year,
We
right?
did get married together at the same year, at the same time, in the same church.
Yeah.
Together, we're
Yeah,
married.
yes we are. We are married and forever. We're actually in just the same house but different rooms.
Yeah, we did. We put on wedding rings. We docked. If you know what that is,
Consummated.
I pulled back. He rolled over. I pushed it back over.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we did the ritualistic gut docking.
Yes, but like I think for you're right.
I was just
Thinking
trying
of,
to think. Did we get married the same year? We did. Yeah.
yeah, we did. Yeah, 2011. You
Yep.
got married in the May.
April.
That's close.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not gonna guess yours. I think it was June.
August.
Damn it. See, we're both wrong.
I was closer.
I think you were 2 months out and I was 2 months out. Oh, no, you said May and I was in April. All right, fine.
Yeah, slight difference there. But we got
It was
married in
the
the
summer.
same year.
Yeah.
But we both kind of like went the same route of things. But obviously I had my kids later on. But
Mm.
like, did you plan to have Noah? Or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he was planned. Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely planned. It took a lot of trying, which I was not mad about that. But then me and my wife had an argument, and we tried one time that month, and that was the time he was conceived.
oh my god, on an argument.
So yeah, on an argument. So
Oh, and you've never argued
yeah.
since.
No, we argue all the time. Yeah. No.
Jesus.
That's just reality of it, man.
Oh my
You're
god.
married. Anyone goes, I'm gonna get married. We never fight. They're my best friends. Like, shut the fuck up. You're gonna fight, and you're gonna fight over the stupidest shit. Like,
What did I?
I don't turn the lights off apparently, and that's enough.
I didn't turn the shower off this morning. You know when you got like the pull cord. So like, so we got a pull cord to turn the shower on and off. And sometimes I'll go downstairs and she'll be like, "You didn't turn it off." I was like, "Well, have you?" And she'll be like, "Yes, I've turned it off." I was like, "Thanks."
Oh, really? Because mine's like, no. Why would I? And I was like, well, you were in there last, and like, so you did it.
Yeah, different dynamics and all that. But it's interesting. I was talking to someone today about this, which is odd because I'm supposed to be teaching them how to drive. But I was talking to someone about this where like it's amazing how a lot of people don't realize how much work you've got to put into a relationship in general. And they're quick to sort of like, as soon as they have an argument, that's it. It's gone. It's over. And it's like, everyone argues. It's how you work out what happens in that argument. And it's for some people, it just, they just don't try hard enough sometimes. But some people, it's just not meant to be. So like, it's very different for everyone. But like everyone, I think usually has like a certain thing that they want to sort of do. And sometimes people are in two different places. So like you were trying obviously to have Noah. We were trying. We were a lot more unsuccessful. And obviously we went a different route in ours. And obviously both of our kids are adopted. So, it was...
If you're watching this in the future and you didn't know that before, by the way, you do now.
No, because so like for bedtime story, we were reading them a book called The Teasels.
The Teasels.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
Sounds pretty shit. But okay.
And basically the book is about two rabbits that can't have kids, and then someone helps them sort of like find a bunny that needs a home and blah blah blah. And it kind of talks about like the whole sort of steps for it, because I know that we're gonna have to start talking about these things later on as they get older, and it's gonna be very difficult when they start asking about like birth parents and like what happened with that and how it all works, and like the difference of what happened with Summer and what happened with Elsie, and it becomes one of those very interesting things to sort of like think about. But I think a lot of people don't realize that most people tend to have like struggles in these different areas. Like, for obviously, for example, for yourself, most people who are around you probably didn't realize that you were struggling with that side of it. And then obviously for me, same sort of thing. But like, there's a lot of like stuff that we don't talk about in day to day because it's just a little bit. I don't know. If a lot of people just don't like talking about that sort of side of things. Whether it's they feel like it's too depressing for other people, or they just want to sort of like cope with it in their own way, and it's just interesting.
Well, we did try before Noah and afterwards, but it didn't work out. Things happened, it didn't work out, and then I said, right, okay, well, because one of it wasn't planned, I went, oh, okay, and then we lost that one, and I said, right, okay, but we didn't even know that she was pregnant at the time, so I went, right, okay, I'll go get my nuts done because it's too much of a risk to you, and we don't, it just seemed like the right thing to do to go get it done. So
Yeah,
it just
definitely.
took a chance off the table,
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing that we went through because all of the pregnancies that we had were all eventually like miscarries. The last one was twins, which was the hardest one, and obviously it created the biggest problems. And after that, it was just even after sort of like we were thinking about like going for like IVF and all the rest of it, it seemed like so much. And then it was just like, well, once we did everything for obviously the girls, it was at that point that I was just like, right, well, Laura does not need to go for another operation. She's had enough throughout her life. So I was like, for me, I was just like, right, yeah, fine, not a problem. Just I took some very good advice and didn't pick up anything heavy.
My God. Thing is, you went to a decent doctor. I went to what I think was a butcher.
I'm pretty sure you went to the wrong place. I think you walked into the wrong door, and they were like,
he had all the right information.
Hold
it was
my
in
beer.
A doctor's office.
I don't think he was.
It was in a doctor's office.
Are you sure?
And like, yeah, it was in a doctor's office. It was in like the newer one in town. I don't want to say which one in case people like look it up. But like, yeah, it was in there. It was all legit and everything. And he had an assistant, which thinking about it, could have just hired someone, or someone else was just into it. And then it was just, it was god awful. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
It's one of the weirdest things is when you're standing there and
butt naked, covered in a gown and iodine,
and then you've just got this, so I had a nurse that was talking to me,
hanging there.
So that there was a doctor and obviously a doctor's assistant who was just like, it was a trainee doctor, if you like, and they were both discussing it whilst I was chatting about music to the nurse.
Right. I was gripping onto the chair and trying not to cry when I was having mine, so I wasn't talking about music. I said, do you like music? I said, I just want to live.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he said, right, I'll let you clean yourself up, wipe off the iodine, get dressed, and off you go. So I was like, oh, thank you. Crying as I cleaned myself up when I sat in the corridor for 10 minutes having a little... Because I won't go into it, but he definitely was... I felt pain in a way. And like, I know people are like, oh, I got kicked in the nuts. You've not felt what I felt. I can guarantee you, like, it's not that bad. Let me tell you, sir. Yes, it is. If you ever see me in person, I'll tell you what he did to me, and you'll be like, and I'll be like, yeah, and I lived that twice.
Yeah, I had a much better go of it than you did. 100%. Yeah,
I'll just say what he did. Like they say, you'll have an injector in the base of your scrotum, and everything will be fine. Everything will be numb. I was like, okay. He did not. He clamped one of the nuts, and then he went into the nut with a needle, and I was like, and then he did it to the other one afterwards.
He clamped the nut.
He clamped the nut in the skin, so it was like, yeah, I know, right? So it was like an egg sitting there, like a chicken flesh egg.
Oh, that's made man rise.
And then he went just like with the needle into it, and I'm like, it took my breath away, and not in a good way,
Oh my God,
I squirmed just remembering it.
That guy is, I hope he's not a doctor anymore.
I think he's like either dead or retired.
Did you make sure of that?
No, but I hope
you'll not do this to anyone else ever again.
You'll never hurt anyone again.
Oh my God. I
mean, of your thing, being a dad is not what you think it is. It's not, is it?
No. I mean, there are
Especially
some
when
there
they
are
get
some,
older.
there are some great things about it, like the video I sent you earlier, where we just built a
Mm.
giant tower, and she just wanted to knock it down. That's brilliant. I love that, and she loved just like knocking it down and things like that. There are some great parts to it, but there are some fucking hard things. This morning, right, I took them both for a walk with our dog, right.
Mm.
Halfway round, she wanted to swap leads, but Elsie didn't want to swap leads because they have a lead each because it makes it fucking easier.
Right.
But they wanted to swap, but only one of them wanted to swap. So I said, no, you can't swap because she doesn't want to swap. And then she just kicked off. And then
Right.
from that point, I had to carry her on my shoulder, hold the dog, and watch where else she was going because she was just kicking off. And I was just sort of like, just walking along with this screaming child on my shoulder. Brought her back home, still screaming. Screamed up until the point that she left and went for school. And fucking hell, that was just a headache.
See,
Oh,
when they're young, you spend so much of your time annoyed and mad and frustrated, and you're like, oh my god, and you just don't expect to how much frustration you feel, and it's perfectly normal. It just is, and you're just like, oh, why would you do that?
it's funny because I went to go see my dad the other day, and
He's
he sort of
obsessed
and
with
I
Apple
was talking. He is a little bit obsessed with you, but I was talking to him about, like, something that the kids did, and he's like, "You did a lot worse." I was like, "Right, okay." It wasn't a personal attack. I came here to complain, not to sort of like get a rebuttal.
Ask for notes, Dad.
I wasn't asking for, like, what I did, and obviously in our house when we were growing up, there was always a Mr. Nobody, because nobody ever wanted to admit it who did it.
Well, yeah,
because that's just how it works, and that works
There's no
even to this.
fucking rats in this house.
Yeah, Mr. Nobody seems to have fucking transferred to here.
There's a film about. Hang
Oh my
on,
God,
this is
what?
There's a film where these four guys are friends, and when they did something wrong, oh god, they blamed it on a friend called. The two names rhymed.
Yes.
first name
Oh
and the
my
second-
God.
Ah,
And they made him up.
yeah.
And
then
they
they get
all
someone to play. They hire someone to play him.
They get John Cena to play
Yeah.
him, and it was
Oh,
a really
God.
good film. What the fuck was it called? Because he was he wasn't he like a gigolo or something instead, and he was
Something like
he
that.
was something like a gigolo, and it's like then they did a documentary on him, and it's because they always sort of blamed it on him. What the hell
Yeah.
was that film called?
I'm just looking at John Cena's filmography.
Oh
right
my
now.
God. He's
Yeah.
done a lot of stuff.
I know he has. Not all of it's been great.
No, but
Ricky Stenicki.
that's it, Ricky Stenicki.
Ricky Stenicki.
Ricky Stenicki did it because it started with him burning down a house.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were supposed to be like lighting some lighting a poo bag on fire, putting on someone's thing, but nobody was home, and the fire just like went, and they were like, "Who did this?" And they were like, Ricky Stenicki."
Yeah, that was it. Ricky Stenicki. Yeah. So they made this whole movie about that.
Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good film.
It was okay. Yeah, I don't think I watched all of it, but I definitely watched some of it.
And that's some really. I think the problem is with films like that, you've almost seen something similar to it before, so it kind of takes out certain parts of it. So it kind of takes away from, how good it could be. But then also sometimes I do find it's like who you watch it with. Because I know I've seen like a film a couple of times where I watched it with one person once, someone else another time. When I watched it the second time, it didn't have the same impact because the audience and everything was different.
If I watch a film with someone and they've not seen the film before, I do that thing where I'm like, just to see if they're having the right reactions at the right time. Yeah.
Oh, just to make sure they've got it right.
Yeah, just to make sure they're reacting the same way that they should do. Like, oh my God, did you believe that?
I feel like that's exactly what would happen if you started watching One Piece, and then like me and Dan would be just like watching you, being like, "Has you got to that part yet?"
Thing is, if I ever did watch something like that you and Dan watch, I wouldn't tell you.
That's true. You could be watching it now. We wouldn't know.
I could be watching. I'm not.
No. Yeah. How's
100%
Gundam
not.
going?
Oh man, it's so boring. I want to get through it. It's so boring.
Maybe
I
just.
haven't had much of it.
Are you sure you just don't want to like skip ahead?
I want to watch all of it.
Oh,
All of it.
But like,
I haven't had a chance to watch many things, so
do you not feel like this is the same for like any generation of any sort of like series? Is that the series is good when it first comes out because of the generation that it's around.
yeah,
If you
same with
kind of
movies and games.
yeah, it's so like if anyone was to play like any of the older games that we think are amazing, they wouldn't sort of like they wouldn't hit the same way, you know, because we used to love like things like Sonic and things like that.
My
Nowadays,
son still loves Sonic, so yeah, that doesn't. You have to pick a better example. It transcends age.
well, okay, so I'm sorry, I just picked too much of a masterpiece, really, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Here's something I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
And it sort of ties in with that. At the Future Game Show, or the Game Review, I think it was the Future Game Show. I'm friends with one of the presenters on there.
Oh,
They had loads of trailers and stuff on it for games that are coming out. I think maybe it was the Game Awards. I don't remember what it was.
okay.
And this was like a couple of months ago, and they had trailers for games coming out. And then it's got the chat because it was live, and everyone's like GTA 6, GTA 6, Red Dead Redemption 3, GTA 6. And it came out for a trailer for a game from Team Ico. And Team Ico made the game Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing but hits, just banger after certified banger. Even the remake of Shadow of the Colossus is just so faithful and so good.
Never played them.
And you never played them? Oh man, you
No.
really should. You really should. They are. They
I
are
actually,
just hits.
so I actually own some of them, but I just, you know, when you just own games, you just don't get time to play them.
All the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
my backlog's insane.
that is pretty
like
much what I've
400
got.
Steam games. What am I going to play on Steam? Oh, maybe Stardew Valley, maybe. Might put a new mod on it. Ooh. But yeah, nothing but banger after banger. So it was Team Ico, and then all the like the people in the chat were like, "Dead game, dead company should be GTA 6," and it's like, no, it shouldn't be. You're like, first of all, if you're like under the age of 30, you don't deserve any game that comes out that you want. You just don't deserve it. You've not lived long enough. All right. GTA 6, GTA 5 is over 10 years old. Okay. You're gonna have to carry on waiting, I'm afraid, right? And so it was like Shadow of the Colossus is like 12 years old. At least I think it was like almost a launch. It was supposed to be a launch title for the PS4, but it got pushed back and pushed back. And the studio was dismantled. So the fact that we're getting a new game from that is amazing. But everyone's just like, this shouldn't be GTA 6. It's like, no, fucking shouldn't. Wait your fucking turn, you little dick. All right. You sitting there saying nobody wants this. Everyone wants this. Go and play those games, and then you'll see what a game should be, instead of you going around trying to steal a McLaren F fucking one. Ugh.
Do you know the biggest issue I find with some people that say they like games, they don't actually mean that.
No, they mean they like one or two specific games.
They mean they like these specific 3 games.
Yeah.
Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
GTA,
Yeah.
and FIFA.
Yeah.
That's not a gamer.
No, that's not a game. If you play 4 games, you're not a gamer.
No.
You're not. I don't like, because people are like, "Oh, you're a gamer." It's like, I'm not a gamer. I like to play video games. I'm not a gamer, because I think it just has a real negative thing to it. Like, just like, oh, I don't know what it is. It just feels like really like, ugh, when like say you're a gamer, like, oh no. And as people will say, like, nah, we deserve GTA 6. No, you fucking don't. You don't deserve anything. You don't deserve anything. If they make a GTA 6, that's fine. You'll get to play it, but you don't deserve shit. Okay? Because all you ever do is smack talk a game when it's got problems. You never say when it's a good game. You always give it shit when it's bad. Like when they announced Fall Guys was coming onto the Nintendo Switch, everyone's like, "This is a dead game. This is a dead game. This is a dead game." It's got hundreds of thousands of players still. It's not a dead game. Just because you don't play it anymore and you're trying to get like views on your fucking Twitch, you know?
I mean,
Don't be a dickhead.
I didn't realize that. Like, so I had a one of those like videos that come up on your reels, and it was like, what was the last game to come out on certain consoles, and I didn't realize that they were still releasing games on like the Wii until like only like a few years ago. There was a game that got released on the Wii.
I think this year they're releasing a Sega Genesis game, like this Kickstarter group are. they made a Genesis game, and it's getting physical release. So you buy the Mega Drive, Sega Genesis, Sega Mega Drive. So you get you actually buy the box, the old style box with the old style cartridge, and you plug it into your Mega Drive, and off it goes.
Did you know on Super Mario that
Which one?
the oh my god, was it the first or the third? Oh my god, which one was it? So you know, like, you had to play through it and you couldn't save it.
Yeah.
Apparently, you could.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, apparently, there was a. Most people didn't even realize that it was a thing, but you could actually, if you died, you could restart from where you died.
How?
Uh, there was a. Oh my god, I've got to find it now.
Send it to me. Send it to me later.
I will send it to you later on. But there was a thing where you could kind of like, it was quite literally you could, you could load up from where you last died, so you didn't have to start all the way from the beginning again. It actually had a small save that you could do for it.
Well, that's weird.
I mean, there was ways that you could like skip worlds and stuff.
Yeah, with like you on like level 2 underground, you go up and over the top, and then you use the
That's it, yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
But like, I didn't know that. I knew that the first reason they have like batteries in games is because of Zelda.
Hmm?
Yeah, because you could save your progress in the Legend of
Oh.
Zelda. You had to do certain things apparently. There was this documentary I watched. I think it was it called Level Up or Game On or Game Over on Netflix, and it was really cool to see like how like the companies like Midway were made, and like John Romero and his mate being absolutely fucking battered, and figuring out how to do this, how to make the screen go as the character goes. So as the character goes, the screen refreshes and goes with them instead of you go across the screen and then it loads up the next screen. And apparently they were working on it for months, and they got absolutely shit faced in the office, and then woke up the next morning and the code was there. They'd done it when they were drunk. And it's like stuff like that. And then there's two people that won gaming competitions back in the early 90s, and I guess I'm just like the greatest gamer ever, apparently, according to this award. It's like you got 200 rings on Sonic the Hedgehog 2 before anyone else did in a competition. You're not the greatest gamer ever. You just won that competition. Okay, get over it. It was 1993. All right.
Oh my god,
But
1993.
it's a great documentary though, because like Midway started off by making mods for arcade cabinets. We're gonna get sued, and then they said just hire us, so they did. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's
Good times.
it is amazing how some of these like smaller indie sort of like companies make amazing games, and they don't have a huge budget to begin with. And then these huge companies that have got huge budget, they make so many cutbacks and like, and they rely so much on DLCs and all this sort of stuff to make a decent, well, not even a decent game, but it's a shame. It's a huge
Yeah.
shame because I don't think God, Assassin's Creed, which we've touched on before. I love the Assassin's Creed series, but exactly as you said last time, Ezio was the last assassin. After that, you haven't had Assassin's Creed. Apparently, Assassin's Creed Shadow does bring that back in, but I just haven't gone to it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I say it's an action game now. Assassin's Creed. It's not a stealth game anymore.
Yeah,
It's an action game.
I agree. Yeah. Basically like a really crap version of God of War.
I really liked God of War, the remake. I didn't play the original ones on the PS2, PS3, so I don't know.
I played the original God of War because I rented God of War from do you remember Salop Video?
Oh god, yeah, there was two though. There was Salop Video and there was GT Video.
Yeah, Salop Video came first, GT Video came afterwards, which is now a Chinese.
Yes, but they moved into the same shop that Salop Video went out of.
Yes. He got rid of it to them, but then GT Video got knocked out by Choices.
Yeah.
Which was our version of Blockbusters.
Yeah. I bought my first ever DVD from Choices. I was really mad about it as well.
Why?
Well, I was going to buy Road Trip on DVD. Classic 2000s film Road Trip.
Oh.
Sean William Scott gets fingered in it, and he likes it.
Okay.
So I was gonna buy the DVD Road Trip because I hadn't seen it, and everyone was like, "It's amazing, it's amazing." So I was like, "Okay." So I looked it up on Amazon. This is way back in like 2000 and whenever, way back in the day. I don't think I had broadband. You know, we're on dial-up. I looked on Amazon, and it was like something like £15 with free delivery because back in the day it was free delivery on everything on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So then I was like, I'll go see if Choices have it because they sell DVDs now. And my mum was like, I'll go with you because I'm interested in what this DVD malarkey is. I'm like, all right, because I bought my first DVD player. I bought a multi-region one for 20 quid off Amazon.
Oh yeah, you did. I remember
Yeah,
that.
for 20, and it was really weird because the remote control, like the buttons, the buttons for all the numbers on it were actual numbers. Like
Didn't we?
there was a rubber 1, there was a rubber 2, a rubber 3 on it.
Didn't we buy a? Oh my god, was it the original Ring that we
Yeah.
bought from like Amazon, but it would only play on your DVD player?
Yeah, because I had a multi-region DVD
Yeah,
player.
so
I
I
was the
think
only,
we
I was the only one out of us that had
because
it.
it was like I'm pretty sure we bought like the Ring, Battle Royale, Squirm. Do you remember Squirm?
I don't, but if
It-
you say we watched it, then
Squirm. We didn't actually watch it because we found out that it was banned in the UK for years, and you had to sort of like get it, and it was basically like killer worms. It was a really poor story and everything, and
I
it was
think I
like,
remember this now.
and it was just like a really bad. But I think I actually own it. I think it's somewhere because I was like, well, if it's banned here, I want it. So why not?
But yeah, so my mum went with me with Choices to buy it, and I was like, "Excuse me, I'm a fresh-faced 18-year-old. Do you have the movie Road Trip on DVD that I can buy?" And they were like, "No, but we can order it for you." And I was like, "How much would that be?" And they're like, £22. And I'm like, "I can buy it cheaper on Amazon." And my mum was like, "No, buy it from here. Buy it from here." I was like, "But if I buy it from Amazon, it's cheaper, and I get free delivery, and it'll be here whenever." And she's like, "No, we're here now. Buy it now." I was like, "Mum, I'm like 18. £7 is a lot of money to me. That's like 50 quid in now money." And she's like, "Buy it from here." So I was like, "Oh, fine. All right, fine." So I was like, "Okay, I'll order it from here." I paid for it, and then I left. He goes, "Oh, I'll be here in 2 days." So I was like, "Cool." A month I waited. A month.
Do you know
And it was
it's
more expensive.
it's oh I understand that people should definitely go for like independent, like, and obviously try and boost the economy by having more independent companies rather than going for the bigger sort of franchise and everything. But the problem is the big franchises, they can do it a lot cheaper, and at the moment you can't afford to just go like to someone because it helps them out, and it's like, well, I've got to help me out first. I'd
Yeah, of
love to
course,
sort of
right?
shop to these places. It's like one of the reasons why we don't have a game shop anymore, besides the fact that it was just not getting as much sort of like of the newer games in there. It was more just because you could get it cheaper, and that's why a lot of game shops have closed, like Game Station, all the different ones. There was like 3 or 4 in Shrewsbury at one point.
Well, there was like Virgin Megastore,
Oh yeah.
MVC, HMV. There was another one as well.
But then a lot of those companies are now just online only, or they've just
Mm.
gone, and you can, it just makes it so much easier. But that's the problem, is that because it's easier and because it's cheaper, but someone can't contend with it because most people who have got to have a shop have got to
Mm.
pay the ridiculous fees of obviously the electrics and everything else. And obviously, if you don't get the people in there, well, then you just not. It's the only shops that we tend to have are either charity shops, pound shops, or it's a betting shop. That's it.
Mm. Yeah, in our town for sure. There's
Yeah.
takeaways, hairdressers, nail salons. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
Supermarkets, loads of supermarchés. We had Lidl open because Aldi opened. That was it. That was the only reason why.
Yeah. We've still
I
got.
remember when. Here's the thing, right? Do you remember when Morrison's opened on at the bottom of like College Road? Do you remember when that opened? Do you remember the absolute fucking like stampede it caused? Like people were run ragged in that store. There was people, they said didn't get a day off for like 16, 17 days. They were working all like 12, 14-hour shifts. They were in tears and stuff like that because everyone was rushing to go to this fucking supermarket of all places because it was new.
Well, the same thing happened for when McDonald's opened up. So like,
I avoided it for a while.
and everyone was just like, oh my god, the service is so slow. You're hiring like 16, 17-year-olds that don't even give a shit. What do you
Yeah,
expect?
for a
It is,
start, yeah.
for starters, McDonald's is not fast food. That came out of the name years ago, and it's just convenience. So like people that go in sort of going, "This is supposed to be fast food." No, it's not. It's convenience. It's for your
Say
convenience
fast food
instead.
everywhere.
What?
Fast food is not like fast food restaurants are not a
No.
thing. It's what people say. Like if you're going into a takeaway, like or like it's a thing. Fast food is like McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, like that. But it's not. It's not a real thing. It's not a classification. It's just what
No.
people say. Oh,
Yeah.
it's fast food
It's the same as
because
like
you don't have to cook it because that's why it's fast.
people often misquote the whole thing of like, "Oh, the customer's always right." That's not what it is. That's actually
Oh
just
man,
been
what's the
cut
rest of
short.
it? Only in matters of taste.
That's it. The customer is right in matters of taste, as in you know what you like. The customer knows what it's not the customer's always fucking right. You just cut it off. And it's because a marketing scheme did it where they kind of cut it off, and then everyone's gone, "Oh, is that right? Is it?" And it's like, no, it's not.
What's the other one?
Oh my god.
Is it blood's thicker than water? But then there's another one on. There's something on the end of that, and I don't remember what it is.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, but like they say blood's thicker than water, but I can't remember what it was. But there's definitely more to it.
Oh. There's lots of things like that where like things get like misquoted and things, and it's just it just becomes an absolutely ridiculous mess. But I suppose this is where some people don't get corrected, and if you try and correct them, they'll be like, "No, I'm right." It's like,
oh god,
no, you're not.
I know so many people like that. But it's just not worth arguing. He's like, yeah, you know what? You're right, man. And they're like, yeah, I know. Like, yeah, good for you. Good for you. And they're like, John really. Well, no, I'm not gonna get into it. It'd take too long. Just the entitled people. Like, just why are you entitled? Like, you're not better than anyone else.
And
fuck off.
I'm not even sure why they feel like they're entitled. I mean, I've worked in retail, and it's horrible. Some people just tend to talk down to you, or like if they want something, rather than say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" they just start asking a random question. So where's this then? And it's like, I'm sorry, did you mean me? Did you want me my attention first? Fuck you.
I always try and go out of my way to be like, hi, excuse me, I don't know where the thingies is. And like, oh yeah, it's on this aisle, or oh, I'll go and show you. I was like, thank you. But then I've literally been in a supermarket. I've seen someone knock, like, just go, and the person turns around. So a customer will go up and like, on like a worker, and they'll turn around and they're like, eggs.
I know. It's just
like,
how?
What do you want me to do with that?
I would probably just take them to the eggs area and throw an egg at them and be like, cracked.
I think I'd be like, excited.
Oh my
go back to what I was doing. I couldn't work in that. I mean, I worked in the food industry for a long time, in a fast food chain for a long time. But then as a chef, and it's just like, oh my god, I wouldn't do it again. I always say I'd die before I do it again. But then if I had to get another job and it had to be in, it was a kitchen work, I'd just go and do it. I'm not above a job, which a lot of people are as well, which is like the fast food thing. Why, why are they only hiring like under 18 people? Because that's the only people that want the fucking job.
Yeah. You tend to only find that the ones that are, older usually are just there either because they're like semi-retired because they can't afford to retire. Or there's like people that they just don't care and they're just happy enough just to work there. It's just like it's just a job to sort of like, because a lot of people that sort of go there, and I hate it when people sort of say, "Oh my god, you worked at McDonald's." It's like, do you not realize how much McDonald's staff get paid? For the amount of shit that they get put through, they're actually on a decent wage.
Yeah. Also, like, did you not need money when you were younger?
Yeah. I was asked this question the other day, right? And this was asked by a pupil who was 17, and she sort of said, my friends all work, but I don't. My parents say that I don't need to work because I need to concentrate on my studies. Is that right? And I was like, well,
depends.
Do you feel like
you want money?
Do you feel like you need to work? Your parents do give you money, but do you feel like you need to work? And I was like, I don't feel like you need to work if your parents are giving you the opportunity to, provide you, but you just need to appreciate it. And I was like, as long as you appreciate what they're giving you and the fact that they're giving you this free time to study and everything else, that's fine. I'd see no problem with that whatsoever. But like,
well, my question on that is, how old is that person? Because if they're like 17, 18,
yeah,
okay. If they're like 35, not okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a different story. So like, so she's getting ready for uni. So she's like,
Okay,
she's doing
so
all the
yeah,
study and everything else. And obviously her friends are not in the same position. They're all working and it's got like jobs and stuff like this. Whereas she's like in a bit more of a different situation. She feels a little bit, like she needs to sort of like work. It's like, you don't need to. If your parents have provided you a safe environment for you to study, and that's what you want to do, and you're actually concentrating on that, then that's fine. If you're not actually studying, then yeah, get your fucking act together and get to work.
well, the question is there is like, well, what do you want out of your life then? Are you just studying and that's it, or did you want to travel? Did you want money for like going out on a holiday or out on Saturday nights?
Mm. Doesn't
You
really
know,
go out. Uh,
and like
typical sort of like uni, just focused on going to uni.
fair
So
enough then. But like, I mean,
it makes sense, doesn't it?
what about like a car in the future? Do you need a car in the future? Are they going to buy you a car? How are you going to pay for the
Yes,
insurance and everything? You know?
yes. They
Oh, they're
yeah.
fucking hell. What? Who was their parents?
Well,
Are they
look,
looking for a sugar? Are they looking for a sugar baby that's
because
38?
because you
They're
know,
probably the same age as them.
so it's weird because obviously some people are in a place to provide that for their kids, and that's great. As long as this is the one thing I think is brilliant is because these parents have provided this for her, but at the same time they've made sure she understands that she needs to put her effort in if they're going to do this. So she's
Mm,
putting her effort into the study, which is great because they can provide that. So like
yeah.
for some of them, I mean, I came across one student that I was teaching. He had the choice. I kid you not, a choice of 4 cars, and I was
With the
like,
toy cars.
no, they weren't toy cars. One of them was a Land Rover. One of them was like a typical sort of like VW sort of thing, VW Polo, whatever it was. And then
Mm.
obviously there was two other sort of things for it, and one of them was just like a scrappy sort of car that was just to sort of drive around the yard. And it's just like, oh my god, that's a whole different side of things.
Yeah.
That's a whole. And then obviously I've come across people that have been like, right, they're paying for their own lessons. They work at McDonald's. They're paying for it themselves. You know,
That's what we did, you know.
no,
Wait,
actually,
didn't your dad give you your first car?
so my first car came from a scrapyard.
It was a white
It
Fiesta?
was, yeah, it
Yeah.
was a creamy white Fiesta.
It was creamy.
Um,
Shared it
um,
with your brother, didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, I shared it when we were learning to drive,
That was it.
and then he bought my mum's old car, which was
Mhm.
a Peugeot. It was a red Peugeot. It was a
Yeah.
diesel. It was a real
Real
absolute heap.
POS.
Yeah, it really was. Uh, and then yeah, so he had that, and I had the full Fiesta. But my dad, he paid for the first 10 lessons that I had. He paid for those because he did the same for everyone else.
Okay.
So like we had those sort of like paid for us for those 10, but I had 10 lessons. But then my dad took me out almost every single night, and we practice. So like for a lot of people that I teach nowadays, it's like they ask, obviously, how many lessons do you have? Well, I had only 10 lessons, but I was out in the car for over 100 hours because I
Yeah.
was in it loads. And like it's the difference of it. It's like, so some of them don't have that and they've got to do more lessons. So some of them like average around, the average amount of lessons it takes for someone to pass the test is 45 hours.
Mm.
That's in a driving instructor car, and then it's plus on top of that usually 20 private with obviously your parents. But if you kind of reverse it, you can still do the same thing as long as you take on board whatever's being sort of taught to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people don't always have that luxury of obviously having all of that.
Mm. No, because I mean, the only thing my parents gave me was autism and shit legs. So
And
um,
possibly diabetes down the line.
we'll see about that. I mean, they're both still alive. Well, one more than the other. Mine was like half man, half machine. Or sorry, half woman, half machine at this point.
I was going to say,
She had
did
like
she have a
half her
sex
organs.
change?
Well, she had like half her organs taken out. So
What the fuck?
well, yeah, she had like 4 different types of cancer.
What the
So
hell? When did that happen?
yeah, like over the years.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, like she might need to have a kidney out at some point. So
Is this when she sort of like when she left for a while, or was this like when
Oh,
she
this
came
is in
back?
like the last 10 years.
Oh my God.
So yeah. Well, the last like 6 years, I think, right? Yeah. But that's a whole little kettle of fish when she left, you know. So
Mm,
yeah.
Christ.
Thought she was dead for 2 years. Anyway,
Hmm.
I was
Well,
saying car wise, yeah, no, I paid for my lessons, I paid for my tests. And I bought, oh my God, I bought a car before I'd had lessons because my dad wanted me to buy a car. Now, my dad was obsessed with like trying to teach me how to like fix cars, and I had no interest. After school, was like, "Come on out, we're going to do something to the car to fix the engine." I was like, "Dad, but I really want to play Resident Evil." And he's like, "Fuck Resident Evil," and I was like, "All right, fine." So we go out there, and he's like, "Hold this bolt, give me the ratchet," and I'm like, "Right, see where my finger is? Yeah, unscrew that. All right." Do you know what we just did? I ain't got a fucking clue, Dad. I'm not even here, like mentally.
I'm
I'm
trying to
here in
plan what I'm
body,
gonna.
but not in
I'm
spirit.
trying to think
I'm
of what
just
I'm gonna
trying
do
to
on this next
get through
mission.
this. I'm just trying to get through this so I can go inside and watch Robot Wars.
Oh, fucking Robot Wars. Loved Robot Wars.
So yeah, like he was obsessed with like trying to teach me cars. So we bought this car, this Fiat Punto,
Oh, I remember
this
that.
red one.
I remember
Did loads of work on it, fixed it all up, never drove it, sold it to my aunts.
it.
Had like an MP3 player radio in there, a big boy box exhaust on it because that's the one my dad wanted me to buy there. So we got a new exhaust box. All right, should get this one. Why? Because it's like a Lad Racer one. I was like, but it's 115 quid. Yeah, you should buy that one. But what if I just bought a normal one? Nah, it's boring. All right, are you driving this fucking car, Dad, or me? You
Well,
buy it, I'll fix
apparently
it. All
neither
right.
of you.
Yeah, sold it to my aunt. And my aunt's revving around like Fiat Punto. And yeah, and then God, my wife learned to drive before I did, which is like a bit embarrassing because she's younger than me.
I
And then
wouldn't say
yeah,
it's
so, you know,
embarrassing.
it was at the time.
Yeah, but
And
like you
then
didn't have as
we
much of a
bought a car
want.
together.
Well, yeah, but you didn't have as much of a want to drive
No,
until later
everywhere was
on.
within walking or bus
Yeah.
distance, you know, so
Um,
I didn't
and
need to.
and then usually I kind of just drove you different places anyway.
Yeah. Thing is, like, I never asked people like for lifts to go to places. I don't think. Maybe I did. Maybe it's me
No,
misremembering things.
no.
But I never said, "Oh, can you take me to Shrewsbury?" It'd be like, I need to go here. Can you take me here? And like someone we know was like, does anyone want to take me to KFC in Shrewsbury? Like, no, why would anyone want to take you specifically to a KFC restaurant in Shrewsbury? Are you going to
Oh,
buy them chicken? Are you going to buy them some chicken? No. Then why would anyone do it?
I mean,
Fuck's sake.
some people are just kind.
Some people, some people just love fucking chicken.
Some of us, yeah, that's true. I do like chicken, but I've gone off KFC.
I haven't been to KFC for over a year, like easily over a year.
You just make it yourself, then you're at home.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a takeaway tomorrow because it's my son's parents' afternoon, not evening, because it starts at 4 o'clock and it goes till 6 o'clock. So we're doing that, and then by the time we get back home, it'd be like 6:30, and then cooking tea takes anywhere between 15 minutes and to half an hour. So that's like 7 o'clock, and then he's only got like half an hour till his bedtime. Because we're strict to parents, so he goes to bed at 7:30. He stays up and reads in secret, like we don't know. We got him a fucking book light because he loves to read at bedtime. He's like, "Oh yeah, here you go. Here's a light for your books for when it's dark for no reason." Oh, okay. Okay, I'll go to bed now and not read. Yeah, sure you will, son. Worst kept secret in this house. So yeah, so it'll be a takeaway tomorrow, and I'll probably end up being McDonald's because apparently there's Pokemon cards or something in the Happy Meals, and he's fucking loving that.
Oh, I think I should take Dan there.
Yeah, you probably should. Yeah, there's only Happy Meals though, mate. So
I'm fine with that. It's fine. Just for the Pokemon cards one. I'll take the kids there.
There you go.
Just for the
I'm
sake
just
of
going to
it.
run through the rest of the questions real quick.
Oh my
your
God, did we
back
not?
hurts because you sneeze because you're 38.
Oh my God,
That's why.
that is the worst. I sneezed the other day and it sent like a real big like nerve twitch down my spine.
Yeah, it hurts my sneeze anyway because of my nose and
Yeah.
So that hurts anyway. But sometimes when you sneeze, you're like, look, I think I'm gonna pass out. It hurts so much. Bills suck. Yes, they do. I have no money for video games. I still haven't bought Space Marine 2. It's been months.
Oh my God, yeah, I wanted to buy that as well.
I'm too tired to enjoy games I've been looking forward to. Yep.
Yeah.
You get home and you're just like, what am I gonna do? And then like
I
play the same one I have been playing.
there there are games that I really enjoy and I want to play all the way through.
Hmm.
But when I go to sort of play, I feel so tired. I just want to like just zone out on something. So then I just tend
Yeah.
to go back to a comfort game, something I've played before and I don't have to concentrate on.
I mean, I installed the Master Chief Collection weeks ago. To like just run through them on like a Sunday or something like that. And then Sundays I found are the day where I do all of the housework. So I'll do the food shopping, I'll do all like the washing up, give the kitchen a good go over. I'll do like all the washing, all the laundry, then just doing. I'll make a cake for my lads' school lunches and stuff like that, and then I'll make a big tea. And by the time I know it, it's like 4 p.m. and I've got to make and then I've got to make the big tea, and I've like didn't even play a level of Halo. Like it's been installed for like 3 weeks. I'm up to the part where you're getting the warthog for the first time.
Oh my god!
That's it.
I might see if I
I'm
can.
barely an hour in.
I might buy that and not play it too. Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Sounds like an absolute treat. Something
It's
else
on
I can
Game
add in.
Pass, so
Well, I don't have Game Pass, mind you. I do a lot of stuff on the PC now, so I might end up
yeah,
changing
you
that.
should have it for PC. Yeah, get it for PC. I mean, it comes on the console as well, but there are different games on each one.
I don't have an Xbox anymore.
That's what I mean. That's what so on
Yeah.
on Xbox there are certain games that aren't on the PC, and on the PC the same games aren't on the Xbox. You know what I mean?
I'll have a look, see what sort of like stuff is
There's
out on
hundreds
there.
on there.
Yeah.
There's hundreds on there. They always change as well. You get like day one releases sometimes on there. Like the new Call of Duty was free on it, so
Do they have God of War?
it's shit. I don't think that came out on the Xbox.
No, it didn't.
Did not.
Uh,
I kind of want to play it again now, but
you won't have
I know
time.
where I was. I was like, I'm gonna go hunt down all the Valkyries. Fuck me, that was a mistake.
Oh my god, that was hard.
That was a mistake.
I found that hard. Someone told me
Yeah,
that
it
they were
was
like,
hard.
"Oh, that." Someone sort of said to me the other day, "Oh, that was the easy bit." It's like, fuck off.
Fucking wasn't, you liar.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I bet strippers love you, don't they?
You know, yeah, because lots of money going that way. Fucking good.
Mm.
Right. So, we're gonna end it there.
Mm.
We managed
We've
to
had a
kind
lot
of
of
get through
opinions.
like the topics a little bit.
I
But-
tried.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll bring it back around to a more like, jokey, light-hearted thing, I think, next time.
Do
Less.
both.
I mean, why not? Might as well. Fuck it. Be all right. Be fine. So yeah, I'll leave you to do the outro.
Okay. I am Jenko. This Split Sace has been Everyone Has a Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify.
Yes.
There we go. It's like that. It's fucking easy.
Yeah. See, I mean, it's not like I had it written down to what to say right at the very start.
Oh, did you not? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't have it at all written down and like writing like different notes and stuff. And then I was like, yeah, I might as well just add a few extra sort of names that you've had from the past.
Okay. See, my desk is just covered in paints and paintbrushes and fucking loads of Warhammers. There's easily 40 models on this desk.
I
Very
really
safe.
need to get my shed sorted so I can get a lot of stuff out. I want to put my
Mm.
guitars in there and everything.
Guitars.
Yeah,
That too.
well, I've got an acoustic and then I've got
Ah.
the Fender that obviously I bought with you.
Oh god, what was that called? Oh,
What?
the Fender you got. Oh god.
Does it help?
Yeah, but I can't think what it's called. Does it
What?
begin with an M? Not. No, it's not a Mustang. I know it's not a Mustang. It's an offset body. It'll say on the front.
Got it? Oh, is it?
Yeah, if you bring it down so I can see the headstock.
The headstock, it just says Fender.
Does it? Doesn't say what it is.
It just says Fender.
Oh,
Fender.
not bad for a first guitar. God, why can't I think what it's called?
I don't know, but
Because right behind me, I got the Jaguar at the same time, 2012, baby.
yeah, but like I think I'd like to play it more. So
I was thinking next time I'll come round, I'll like just play it in front of you. Like, ha ha ha.
I don't have much elbow space in this little office, but when I move, I should have space for it. But I've got like little mounts and stuff up here where I can put the guitars, so it's quite helpful.
Mine's just at the bottom of my stairs over there.
Ah, lovely trip hazard.
My Squire Jaguar.
Nice.
Because I'll never afford a real Jaguar.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know enough about the guitars, so that's why I relied on you.
Ah, No, it's a good one. It is a good one to start
Hmm.
with. Oh God, why can't I? It's going to come to me in the middle of the night. I'll wake up at 4 in the morning and be like, "Here's blah blah. It's time to get up for work."
Oh, look, there's a cat coming down your stairs.
Oh yeah. Right.
It's
We should end it
behind
then.
you.
We already did the outro. This is like a PS, I guess.
Oh, this is just the extras. This is, optional extras bit. So,
DVD bonus stage.
okay, so that's it from us, and see you next time.